Today, from MetLife Stadium in New Jersey, it's Week 17 of the NFL on EA Sports. We'll see Daniel Jones and the New York Giants taking on Dak Prescott and the Dallas Cowboys.
We welcome everybody to the Garden State. EA Sports coverage of the NFL finds us at MetLife Stadium in East Rutherford, New Jersey. This is the scene just before we came on air. This New York crowd fired up by the arrival of their G-men as they burst from the locker room. They're ready to go as the Giants get set to match up with Dak Prescott and the Dallas Cowboys. Alongside my partner Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, you take a look at this Giants ball club. It's late in the year. We all know it. We've seen the calendar for these guys. Their bodies could probably use a break, but they have to push on.
And they're really not as worried about that as maybe we think. They know they've got the entire offseason to rest. All they care about is the game in front of them and finishing strong.
And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. Meanwhile, for the visitors here, the Cowboys, they too were losers last week, so they're also hoping to get back in the win column.
Something's got to give in this one, right? Both teams want to start a new streak, and they both want it to be a victory. This should be a fun one.
They'll run for the first time with Saquon Barkley. He's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down. These are his numbers from last week's contest. 18 carries, 91 yards.
Well, he's the number 2 runner in the league, and you just know the offensive line wants to get him to number 1 because most of the good ball carriers, they take care of their linemen. Could be a gold watch in their future if he becomes the leading rusher.
That's a nice run right there, able to get to the outside, and so many times defenses say, okay, we've got you hemmed in. But if you're running the football, at least you know where everyone is coming from. You don't have to worry about the backside at all. That allows you to run the room.
And the Cowboys' pressure gets there this time for the sack. DeMarcus Lawrence, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on second down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. And very little room to maneuver. He'll get this down to about the 39. And they only get a yard back there. They'll be left with a 3rd down and long. Jones fakes the give to Barkley. Being chased out left. And the defense loses him. It's complete. And all the way down to the 17-yard line. A big play there for the Giants. 45 yards. That reception, it brings him up to the 700 plateau. He's at 700 career NFL catches now.
And that club in baseball, a rather exclusive club, and one we talk about all the time. In football, puts you in the top 50 all-time range. Not so bad either. Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
And they're going to lose some on this play. Being knocked back to the 18. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11. To throw on 3rd down, Jones. It's hauled in by Shepard. And he will be brought down at about the 6-yard line. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
Yeah, that was a good start getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
They get 3 yards closer, but still work to do. It's 3rd and goal. A big play forthcoming. Here's 3rd and goal. And Barkley will try to punch it in. Slipped 1 tackle, but no more as he's knocked to the deck behind the line of scrimmage. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
But when the ball snapped from the 3 down near the goal line, I think in days gone by, we thought many teams would run the football, but on 3rd down in today's game, I expect them to throw it. A little counterintuitive there. They tried to run it, instead spilled for a loss.
Well, after marching down the field, only getting 3 there, it kind of feels like a win for the defense.
And it does. They'll go to the sideline feeling a lot better that they didn't give up a touchdown after the march against them. But if I were the offense, I wouldn't hang my head over that one. That's a good drive, and 3 points were put on the board.
So Prescott of the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. He's back to throw here to start the drive. Connects here with a tight end, Blake Jarwin. And he takes us up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. They may want to go back to that one. First play of the drive, good for 15 and a 1st down.
1st down, Dallas.
On 1st and 10, Prescott looking for Cooper. That's complete. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
One thing we do know, he's going to get his catches. So as they move forward defensively, you got to continue to focus on not giving up the big play when he does catch the ball in the secondary.
Now the first carry for Ezekiel Elliott. And they'll work this down to the 40-yard line. Tackled there.
On the carry. He's tackled at the 40-yard line.
A tough run by Ezekiel Elliott, the 4th overall pick in the 2016 draft.
If you watch tape of him in college, you saw plenty of those runs because I know the highlights showed him in the open field breaking it.
And the giant rush gets home as down he goes. And Charles, part of the reason they lost last week, they didn't have a single sack. Well, they changed that quickly.
But did they ever? And it was something they talked about with us extensively. They needed to get pressure. How were they going to get to the quarterback? Obviously, they schemed themselves into a great play, didn't they?
13 yards remaining on 2nd down. Again to Elliott. So a nice job to break the 1 tackle, but not much daylight after that as he's brought down.
He's brought down at the 42-yard line.
5 in the secondary now for the Giants here on 3rd.
And it's 3rd down.
Out of the gun, here's Prescott. Letting one fly, and this is taken in at the 5. And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line.
And goal at the 4-yard line.
Now Elliott. And he'll be stopped about a yard shy of the goal line after a pickup of about 3.
Ezekiel Elliott.
And Brad, they went to a nickel defense, and that's a surprise this close to the goal line because ordinarily you use the back end of the end zone, the sidelines as extra defenders, and you want bigger people on the field to try and help against the run.
They'll try to run it in with Elliott. And he'll get in. Touchdown, Cowboys.
Touchdown.
Ezekiel Elliott with touchdown number 12 on the year. And the Cowboys have taken the lead. That almost looked too easy, and I think thanks goes to the offensive line for making it look easy.
Yeah, I agree with you totally on that one. I'm not sure how much everyone understands the preparations that go into a game for an offensive line, because there's a reason that running backs and quarterbacks give them big gifts at the end of a season after a big year. The consistency and the continuity it takes to know each other and execute their blocks is pretty impressive.
25-yard line.
Jones and the Giants now with a 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. He'll drop it off with Saquon Barkley. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
Now a toss left side into the hands of his tight end. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. The catch and run, good for 18 and a first down.
1st and 10 at the 48-yard line.
On first down, Jones escaping the pressure right. Gets this out to Saquon Barkley. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down. 2nd and 6. After 1, 7-3 the score on EA Sports.
7, Giants 3.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Jones into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Jalen Smith.
Well, if you go by the numbers, you'll find as the temperature goes down, so does the passing efficiency. And now that we're in December, even the routine throws are going to be harder for the quarterbacks. And this one, it winds up getting picked off.
They go over the middle, and it's complete to start the drive. And that'll be good for 8 yards to the 45. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards.
Brings up 2nd and 2.
Off play action to Elliott. Here's Prescott. Got an open man. It's Michael Gallup.
Prescott.
And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30.
A gain of 30.
That is the exact right play call against that defense. So a hat tip to the offensive play caller because he won that part of the chess match. But give credit to his players as well. They won the execution part of it.
2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
A gain of 2. Brings up 2nd
The
and
give is to Elliott. Call it a gain of 5 there on the run, but they'll remain a yard or 2 short here with 3rd down coming up.
5 yards on the play. And it's 3rd down.
They'll try and run for it with Elliott. And he takes it down to the 13 and picks up the first. A gain of 5. 1st down, Dallas.
When you're dead last in the NFL in 3rd down conversions, the odds are against you every time you face it. How about him picking up that one? That was big for them.
And he's going to get about 4 down inside the 10 to the 9.
Cowboy ball carrier.
9-yard line, 2nd and 6.
4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6.
They'll try to throw now. Prescott. And he's going to be dropped. Back at the 15-yard line.
Prescott.
Enough takes a start to have a good drive. Quite like a big loss on a sack, does it?
Now they're looking at a 3rd and long, and suddenly the momentum shifted to the other side of the football.
And old Mo is a very, very fickle man.
They'll set up the screen to Elliott. And he'll be brought down well short of the first at about the 9-yard line. That one good for only 6, and it leaves him with a 4th down. Instead of throwing it downfield, Charles, they just tried to dump it underneath there. You like the call?
I do. I think it's a high percentage play because you get the completion, and what you're counting on is your back to use his legs and his elusiveness to make people miss and pick up the 1st down. In this case, it didn't happen.
Makes the score Cowboys 10. Giants.
That drive took him inside the 10. Good job defensively to hold him to 3.
Yeah, I like how you did that. Give a little tip of the cap to the stop troops there because they didn't give up a touchdown in that situation, right? Made them kick the field goal. And yeah, points went against them, but that feels a whole lot better running off the field.
Saquon Barkley and the Giants offense set to kick off their next drive. Jones and the Giants now with a 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. A good run there to start the drive. 13 yards, 1st down.
For the Giants, 1st down.
That's pretty much meat and potatoes right there, wasn't it? Just go right at them and let your big horse charge up the middle. Not too fancy there, was it?
Nothing fancy at all. Challenging that defense. Barkley hit and the ball pops free. It's picked up by the Cowboys. And the return here will go to the 31-yard line. Now we've got a Giant player here slow to get up after that last play. And this is certainly not what you want to see in the final week of the year. We'll be back. And this is one of those bang-bang plays, Charles. Did the knee hit first or did the ball come out first?
This is where you need that 20/20 eyesight, don't you, Brandon? You've got to see which one happened first. If the knee hit the ground, then they will keep possession.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. You know, Charles, season winding down, time to maybe look ahead to the offseason. What do you see these guys going after either in the draft or free agency?
Well, with the season that they're having, just about every position is up for grabs right now. No one is really safe, but the focal point's always the quarterback position. And he may be auditioning to try and stay with his own current team. I think he's auditioning for the rest of the league to try and find a spot because I think this team is looking for a new quarterback.
1st and 10, and they've got 3 tight ends out there. A jumbo package look. Jones with a handoff to Barkley. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. 10 yards, good for a Giant first down.
Brandon, I think you and I were both raised the same way in the game of football. You run to set up the pass, but I think we've discovered in this NFL, a lot of teams pass to set up the run. And that's what they've done throughout this game. They've aired it out, thrown it around the yard. Now they've come back to the running game, and they find a way to be successful with it.
Incomplete.
They'll try again from the 36 on 2nd and 10. Off play action. Jones. Flushed out right. And this is Shepard on the catch. And he's going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at the Cowboys' 22-yard line. Give them 14 on that one and a first down.
1st and 10.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
They've given up a few first downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down. The Giants on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. Operating from the gun. Jones steps away to his left. This Cowboy defense looked ready for that 3rd down pass. Brings up 4th.
You can tell they wanted to get that ball downfield, but they had nothing working in the secondary, so he dropped it off to the running back. That one ended up incomplete.
And the 11-year veteran bangs it through.
Makes the score.
And that'll bring him back within 4.
Giants 6.
No problems in the field goal department so far. He's 2 for 2.
Pretty reliable here in this game, isn't he? And to me, that bodes well for them. If they need him late in the game, his confidence should be sky high.
And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line.
1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Possession of the football going back to the Cowboys. Their drive last time, it stalled out. They were forced to take the short field goal.
And the key phrase, you nailed it, forced to, because you know coaches look at these short field goals as a last resort, right? To them, that's not how drives are supposed to end. You're supposed to put 6 on the board. That's a consolation prize. Like going to the county fair, you don't get the big stuffed animal on that one, do you?
No, you don't go top shelf. That's bottom shelf material. Dak dropping this one off for Zeke.
Prescott's pass.
That might feel like a little bit of a lost opportunity there for the offense because the defense brought pressure that time. And sometimes against that, you can get out to your running back, and it can turn into a big gain downfield. But what a nice job they did getting to him quickly and holding him to a short gain.
It's a gain of 4 there and gives him a new set of downs. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Now a throw for the left sideline, and he's got it. And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3. That first down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7.
At the 40-yard line.
Prescott gets this to the tight end, Jarwin. And he'll go out of bounds. It appears right at the 45.
To Blake Jarwin.
Boy, the evolution of the game and how these guys in plays like that can get out of the pocket, keep plays alive, it just makes things so much harder for defenses.
It really does, and we're talking about an era in the game where the quarterbacks are the most athletically gifted that we've seen in a bunch. I mean, when you talk about collectively, it's unbelievable. So their ability to move is practiced now. It's not necessarily, oh, he just took off and you guys figure it out. When he takes off, everyone knows where to go now. They know how to run routes, change things, make themselves presentable for the quarterback. It's a lot of time that they put in on it. It's not just your static 1, 2, 3. This is where the ball goes anymore.
To throw again on second down. Prescott. And he'll hit the slant route. That's caught by Cooper. Touchdown, Cowboys. Amari Cooper hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And the Cowboys will add on to their lead.
And that's certainly an important score right there because they gave themselves a 2-score cushion heading towards halftime. Now you got to force the other team out of their comfort zone, and it changes the way you approach the second half as well. How you want to do things on offense, and your defense feels much better too, having that lead.
That'll be taken about a yard deep. And they'll get him down right around the 25, actually the 26 officially, so a net gain of 1 there.
First and 10.
As the Giants head back out there, let's take a look at the playoff picture in the NFC. And it's all come down to this, hasn't it? Final week of the regular season. As this year's playoffs play out anything like the regular season is gone, could be in for a wild and fun month of January.
And we can break the rules because we can look ahead. All right, there's not a coach out there that's ever said to their team, all right, let's look three weeks down the road. It's always right here, right now. Forget that. Think about what the playoffs are going to look like. The teams that we see that are already in, the teams that are trying to get in, we could have some great matchups.
And he's just going to get rid of this thing. To no one here, he throws it away, and now it's third. It's caught, Shepard. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. Jones and Shepard with a connection there for a Giants first down. Here's Jones on 1st and 10. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see.
10 at the 42-yard line.
And this is good. It was running out of gas there at the end, but he winds up getting just enough on it. And that'll make this an 8-point game.
Giants 9.
So a big play before the end of the half to get him into this spot, and they cash in with 3.
How about the 1-2 to the solar plexus on that one? The big play, the field goal, not much time left on the clock. That's the way to go into the half.
And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee, and they'll bring the football out to the 25. And now we'll get a late timeout as it comes in the waning moments of quarter number 2. So time perhaps for one final kneel down before they take this lead to the locker room. The final second ticks by, and that's going to do it for the first half of play. So we've come upon halftime here in Week 17. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thank you as always. Welcome into our final regular season edition of our Halftime Report. Playoff lives hanging in the balance as we take you around the NFL one final time. We'll get started up at Lincoln Financial Field in Philly. And this one getting ugly early. A 17-point game at the half. Carson Wentz has thrown a couple of touchdown passes there. From there, we're off to check out another game. And right now, they have the lead over the visiting Dolphins. Josh Allen has thrown 2 touchdown passes. Lastly, let's get you to Charlotte, North Carolina. check on the Panthers at home at Bank of America Stadium. And for the moment, they trail the visiting Saints in that one. Emmanuel Sanders, a touchdown reception. In the game you're watching, you've seen a strong first half out of Dak Prescott. His guys have the lead, as we'll hand it back over to our commentators, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Okay, Coach, appreciate it. A one-touchdown game here as we get set to resume play in the second half. The final 2 quarters of the NFL regular season are upon us as the second half of Week 17 is underway. And they'll get him down right around the 25, actually the 26 officially, so a net gain of 1 there.
The Cowboys take over 1st and 10.
Out come the Cowboys now as he'll go on offense first here in this 3rd quarter. They have the lead now. They'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the 3rd quarter.
I like the way you term that because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies. Try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
We'll see if they do just that. There's a ball thrown right side and complete. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. Just his 2nd catch of the game so far. This one moves the chains.
1st down, Dallas.
Prescott on 1st down. That one complete. Elliott. The completion, but they go in the wrong direction. A loss of yards, and now they're dealing with a 2nd and long. 2nd and 12 after the 1st down pass play went backwards for 2 yards. Looking deep in the direction of Cooper. And that is intercepted. Or was it? Wait, they'll say no. No interception. He did not keep the feet in bounds, apparently. So that's just going to be an incompletion. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Now that's Elliott, complete. And to the 49-yard line, but no further, and obviously he is well short of the 1st. They do get 7 out of that, but not enough to prevent a 4th down.
How about that strategy there, Brandon? 3rd down, they just said, we've got faith in our tacklers. We'll give you the short stuff, and just decided to protect the sticks. So every time I hear fans telling me tackling's not a part of the game anymore, plays like that, I can clip and save and show them you have to tackle well if you want to be a good defense.
Jones and the Giants now with a 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line. They'll try and get this run game going. This is Barkley. Gets this to the 24 for a gain of 4.
Barkley,
the run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6.
A gain of 4. It's now 2nd and 6.
From the gun, Jones. Flush to his right. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
On the keeper.
I'm sure this isn't a novel thought, but maybe run some simpler routes instead of trying to get it all back in one shot. Defense certainly appears to be ready for them. Try and get it back little by little instead of in big chunks.
Now Jones to throw on 3rd down. On the crossing route, complete. That's Shepard. And he will take it on in for a Giant touchdown. Sterling Shepard, 76 yards. And the Giants are a 2-point conversion away from tying this football game. A nice throw there by the 2nd-year quarterback.
And I don't believe that was the kind of play he would have made as a rookie, because usually your rookie season is a continuation of your college days. A lot of one read, and if you don't have it, you just take off and go. Now he's settled in the pocket a little bit more, reading the field and getting to a 2nd and sometimes 3rd progression. That was a nice play. They made the decision to go for 2. They didn't get it. They remained down by 2 points. Should they have kicked it there?
A 3rd quarter, I'm okay with it. Maybe 1st or 2nd, you don't. I don't know. What do you think?
Yeah, again, I keep coming back to, I don't like to chase a lot of points, but I also don't know what kicking an extra point being down 1 does for me.
The Dallas offense back out onto the field. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with a game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
Brandon, 5 yards on that run. Let's get back to the huddle and make sure if you're a back, you spend time with your offensive line and give them credit. Hard to move those 300-plus pounders at the line of scrimmage, and they did for a significant chunk of yardage.
Now a man open down the middle of the field. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. 25 yards there on the catch and run.
How about a guy proving his worth in different ways? Had a big play in the run game to play before. This time, they go right back to him in the passing game, and he comes through with yet another big play. That's why you work out so hard in the offseason, so you can stay on the field and accumulate big plays.
Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
Brings up 2nd and 1.
They'll come up now on 2nd and a yard. They play fake to Elliott. Now Prescott. He's going to find Gallup here complete. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. 16 yards, a first down. So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. Here's a throw right side, taken in by his tight end. That catch good for only a couple. So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on first down.
It's 2nd and 8.
And again, it's Prescott. Throw left side complete. It's Elliott. And he goes backwards here, losing yardage back to the 16. A yard in the wrong direction makes 3rd down tougher. 3rd down and 9. The last completion actually lost a yard, so now they'll need to convert on 3rd down. This will be caught by Brown. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. That was play number 7 on this drive, and it got him 7 yards.
Receivers love having the reputation of being go-to guys on 3rd down, and he was fighting like he really wanted to have that reputation, didn't he? I mean, he came very close to making that a first down.
Broke the 1 tackle, but couldn't spring himself free. And boy, is he close. Did he get there? No, they're going to say he's short of the line to gain. And you wonder, Charles, could that decision come back to haunt them later?
And it really could, because in this situation, you kick the field goal in a tight game like this, that's a good play.
Yeah.
But maybe what he's saying to himself is, I'm just not a big proponent of the old idea that any possession that ends in a kick I'm happy with. He wanted to be really aggressive.
A little twist here in the 3rd quarter. Now a deep ball there on 2nd down, but it'll wind up incomplete. Levine Toilolo, the tight end, is intended target, and it's 3rd down.
3rd down and 10 yards to go.
Jones now on 3rd down, and that will be incomplete.
Has to be a little bit of frustration there. Back-to-back incompletions. Receivers blanketed on both attempts, this time on 3rd down.
And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away. It'll wind up just a 35-yard punt, no return. And the Cowboys are going to take over in great position here with a 1st and 10. Now Dak Prescott of the offense heading back onto the field. He's been pretty solid, pretty consistent, just the 1 touchdown pass, but I think he's managed the game well, no?
I would agree with you, and that's what you're looking for out of your field leader. Making sure that you're playing well and not making any big mistakes. Oftentimes, that's how you're judged. How big a mistake and when it occurs. No interception so far. Don't like that.
I just want you to know that you agreeing with me, that's going to get me through this 3rd and 4th quarter. Are you touched? He's patting his heart, boys and girls. He's touched.
Respect.
So 3rd and 2. This quite possibly 4-down territory, though, if they're stopped. Elliott. And he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37. Give him 3 yards and a fresh set of downs. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. From the shotgun, it's Prescott. He's got the connection to Cooper. They'll be brought down on the 30-yard line after a gain of 6. And the ball on the 30. Here's 2nd and 4.
At the 30-yard line.
Here's Prescott. Got his man there, complete to Gallup. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Giants' 18.
But one of the ways that quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. They go back to Elliott. He's been busy. And he'll be taken down at the 2-yard line. Another nice gain, 16 yards there and a first down again.
And this is an example of breaking down a defense, because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
And he will take it in for a Cowboy score. Ezekiel Elliott, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Cowboys will extend their lead. And he certainly played a pivotal role with those 2 TDs and why they're up on the scoreboard right now.
Well, someone's all about winning, aren't they? Because he's not worried about the number. Sure, it's great to have 2 touchdowns. But the bottom line is what he's doing is contributing to their lead. He wants to continue to do so.
Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post, because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
A look at Sterling Shepard as he and this offense get set to go again. Good day for him so far here in the 3rd quarter. He's hit pay dirt once, over 100 yards, but hey, it's the 3rd quarter. He's thinking, I want more, right?
He wants more, and it just increases the confidence of his team, because every play he makes, that means his quarterback is really feeling good about throwing the football. Probably feels like he can't throw an incomplete pass when he throws it to him right now.
Yeah, he's looked really, really sharp. Out of the shotgun, they run with Barkley. And he'll go down, and that will do it for the 3rd quarter of action.
That's the end of
the Giants on 3rd down. They've hit 4 of 7. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. They'll run it again with Barkley. And he's going to have the first down, yardage to the 35.
Giants.
They needed a yard. They got it. First down.
At the 35-yard line.
Jones on first down. It's hauled in by Shepard. And he'll go out near midfield at the 49. First down, Giants on a pickup of 14. 2 first downs have them up near midfield now on 1st and 10. Now left side on the swing pass. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8. 2nd and 2.
Complete to Saquon.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass. Looked like it was coming together. Looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid game.
Eluding the pressure right. Toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete. The Giants on 3rd down. They've had good success, 5 for 8 to this point. Here it's 3rd and 2. They'll try to run for it with Barkley. And he will have a first down here at about the 40. It's a first down following a gain of 3.
Other New York Giants. 1st and 10 at the 40-yard line.
On 1st and 10, Jones. And he's got his favorite target yet again. It's complete.
Jones pass.
A gain of 8 there on the 8th play of the drive.
8 yards on the pickup. Brings up
facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. Operating from the gun, Jones. And he will score. Touchdown, Cowboys.
The coaches preach all the time about opportunities and taking advantage of them, and he did exactly that. I used to have the coach tell us all the time, a lost opportunity is never regained. Well, no regrets here. He picked that one off and took it to the house.
And there's a quick momentum swing. INT return for a pick 6, and then the 2-point conversion good.
And even if you're keeping your wits about you,
you're thinking to yourself, okay, extra point block team going into the game now. All of a sudden you're hearing defense. Everyone's scrambling for their helmets and throwing down their cups of water. That's a great position for them to be in, trying to score against that team. A little bit disjointed.
Jones and the Giants now with a 1st and 10 at their own 22. And lucky to get away with one there. That one nearly picked. 2nd down. At this point, down big, you'd have to imagine this defense are just going to sit back, blanket the field as best they can.
Yeah, this is actually the easy part of the game for them because, just as you noted, they can sit back, keep everything in front of them. But they blanketed the field the entire game using a variety of coverages.
And they're able to get this one across the 35. Give them 14 on that one and a 1st down. So a solid run by Saquon Barkley and another 1st and 10 here. From the gun, Jones. Oh, Jones has just thrown his 3rd interception. Picked off by the linebacker, Jalen Smith. And it's a tremendous return as they finally get him at about the 10-yard line. Well, that's 3 picks he's now thrown in this game.
And I know this, the holiday season, because here we are in December. Right, it is the season of giving. Maybe for his own sake, after the game, he may have to announce that he's donating certain amounts to charity for each interception that he threw.
A good rally to the football keeps him to only a yard, and it's 2nd down. They'll run with Elliott.
Well, they were unable.
And he'll take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag down. So let's see what this is about.
Illegal block in the back. Offense.
So reverse the celebration. We'll see if they have something else in their bag of tricks.
And isn't that always tough to watch when they score and you see the excitement and then when they realize those points are
under a heavy rush and down he goes. B.J. Hill showing his strength and quickness there. A loss of 4.
2nd goal, last thing you need to do is get pushed backwards to take a sack. But he couldn't find anywhere to go with the football. Had to eat it and ended up on the ground.
Big play coming here. It's 3rd and goal. Here's Prescott. He finds his target. It's Schultz. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. That time 12 yards on the pass play, but still shy of where they needed to go. 4th and goal.
Whether you're playing West Coast offense or not, one of the maxims of the West Coast offense is you're either throwing a touchdown or a check down. In other words, look for the big shot, but be smart. And I think they did exactly that on that play. They didn't get the 1st down, but they're taking care of the ball well.
Yeah, and being rightly cautious with that lead here in the 2nd half. So out comes a field goal team now for the 2nd time here today. From the left hash, a chip shot here. Zerline's kick is up and through. And that will push this lead up to 20 now.
Giants 15.
So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the 4th.
And you know, in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
On the return, Corey Ballantyne. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25.
Corey Ballantyne on the return. The Giants take over 1st and 10.
And as this offense makes their way back out, NFC playoff race time, we give you a look at what's going on there. It's now appearing that this losing streak is going to continue. You know, the coaching staff was confident that this was going to be the game to stem the tide, but that just has not been the case. Jones and the Giants now with a 1st and 10 at their own 24. They'll start out on the ground at Saquon Barkley. Now the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves them with 2 to go on 2nd down.
Saquon Barkley, the ball.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I can just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the 4th quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down 4th quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. Here's Jones on 3rd and 2. Escaping the pressure right. He can run for it, and he will. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. 5 yards on the scramble, and that's enough to pick up the first. A first down carry for Barkley. And this winds up a pickup of 2, maybe 2.5 to about the 39.
Darrell Worley on the tackle. A gain of 2 brings up 2nd and 8 at the 39-yard line.
They'll go to Barkley again. And able to get this one all the way up to about the 46-yard line.
You know what really fires up offensive linemen? When the guy that is carrying the ball behind them can create his own space and break a tackle along the way.
On 3rd down, Barkley. And he will have the first down as he's brought down up near midfield. 2 yards and able to get the first down in the process.
Brandon, this can be so demoralizing for a defense. They've had 2 opportunities to get off the field. They haven't gotten it done. So now your coordinator, he's going to call every blitz that he has, any type of exotic, something that they haven't seen before. And he's also telling the defensive lineman, don't worry about holding people up. Just get in gaps and try and make a big play.
And not only not getting off the field on 2 opportunities, clock continuing to run. And that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however. Let's see what that's about. Clearly wasn't outside of the tackle box. There's your penalty.
And accompanying that penalty, a loss of down.
They lose the yardage, and, of course, they also lose the down on the grounding call, and it's quickly 2nd and long. And they only get a yard back there. They'll be left with a 3rd down and long. 7th play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down. A give to Barkley out of the gun. And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. He's able to chew up 8 yards on the carry there, but still 4th down upcoming.
8-yard gain.
Man, these guys may not win this ball game, but you certainly can't fault the effort of this man here today. He's been a real thorn in their sides all afternoon. And that last carry puts him over the 100-yard mark.
Dixon, the punter, is on as he sends it away. That'll be a 41-yard punt, 4 yards there on the return. And the Cowboys will take over the football with a 1st and 10. Here's the Dallas offense now heading back out onto the field. And right about now, heck, they might be wishing they did not have a bye week coming up next week. It appears they're going to go into that week off in high spirits as they've got this one well in hand. This will be a short gain of 3 before he's brought down at the 22.
Cowboy ball carrier. He was brought down by Blake Martinez. It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7 at the 22-yard line.
So this one will end in a victory for the Dallas Cowboys, and maybe more importantly, a victory in the division, which always helps.
And on the road. How about all of that rolled up into one? Because how often do you see division games get decided by this much of a margin?
Yeah, they thumped them.
Yeah, they jumped all over them. In a division game, it's usually a touchdown or less because these 2 teams know each other better than most teams in the league. In this case, that didn't hold up. On the road, big margin, big victory. Oh, yeah, that flight home will be good.
So for Dallas, the win won't get them to 500, but they will finish on a high note at 7-9. And by just about all accounts, not the type of year they were hoping to have. Meanwhile, for the Giants, this loss will be the capper to a dismal 4-12 campaign. And with some high picks coming in this spring's draft, it's a team for whom a roster overhaul may be on the way.